I created this short video to address a common inefficiency in your industry around reusing content, especially details and families created by architectural and engineering design teams. And an enormous amount of billable hours are quietly wasted every year, not because teams lack a good content, but because it's hard to find, trust, and reuse what already exists. So let's say a junior architect or engineer needs a project-specific detail. At that point, one of the three following things usually happens. They walk around the office asking senior team members if they remember where that detail lives, or they start searching on their own, opening old projects, folders, and Revit files, hoping to get lucky and find it. Or worse than that, they redraw the whole detail from the scratch, which can easily take a couple of hours, and it's not ideal. And so multiply that across all the teams and projects, and you can see how billable hours quietly disappear, and that project margins are eaten by those time wasted on searching. So instead of relying on memory naming conventions and tagging or tribal knowledge, what if your detail library worked more like a search engine, like a Google AI search engine inside your firm? One that understands what you're looking for, not just where the files are stored. So let me show you how search works in Pirros. Here is the Pirros platform in web, accessible via any browser. Now I'm using a Chrome browser to get there. We categorize your detail under two buckets: your typical detail and which is your content file templates, or let's say the web detail that you keep in your server as your typical detail, and the rest would be under all details. So I'm not browsing folders or guessing file names. I simply type what I need. Like for example, here, let's search for door head. I can get easily access to the door heads. The ones that have typical detail, they're under or my basically detail library. Let's open like one of this, and you can get a good clean vectorized PDF view, which is behind the scene connected to a Revit file, and you can easily stage and download it to your project. Where the project, where this workflow breaks down is when, as I mentioned, your team, they search for project specific detail like roof, parapet, curtain wall with metal panel, something like that. Looks to me pretty specific. Obviously, it's not part of your typical detail. This is not something that you keep in your typical detail library. And this is a time that without Pirros, your team will start looking around and wasting a lot of time finding that detail. But with Pirros, you just really toggle on all details and get access and to all the relevant details to your basically intent in your search, which was roof parapet curtain wall with metal panel. Let's say this is what I'm looking for. If I go there, I can get access exactly to the same nice preview. Behind the scene, what Pirros does, the search engine that Pirros uses is AI enabled computer vision, which sees not only the name of the detail. As you can see, the name of the detail is parapet glazing. It doesn't have any metal panel or curtain wall, but it also goes inside the detail with all the project parameters. Inside the detail, it reads all the annotations, even and industry abbreviations like MTL panel is baked in, curtain wall is there. The project geometry is there, so you can understand this is basically a curtain wall. Proper with the curtain wall with the metal panel, and then it surface it for you. You can easily again stage and download it to your project. It's as simple as that. So instead of wasting a lot of minutes and hours, you can get access in a couple of seconds and download them to your project. So Pirros is basically saving a lot of time for a lot of firms. This challenge isn't unique to one firm size or market. Pirros is already trusted by a lot of other architectural and structural firms similar to yours. Different firm sizes, different disciplines, but the same problem. So if you are experiencing the same issue in your firm, just reach out to us. Let's set up a demo and we can show you how we can help your team to become more efficient and gain more billable hours of spending on design and search. Thank you and hope to see you guys soon.